everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do just like a little mini vlog, a day in my life video, just because I am starting winter break and I am just so excited to just have some alone time, get back into my hobbies, and really prep for the upcoming year. Around this time of year, like, I love setting goals for myself and like getting my life back together. And after reflecting on the past quarter and like the past couple months, there are some things that I really want to change, and I'm actually doing a thing where I am going to be filming snippets and clips of me getting my life together. That sounds like so broad, but it's like a 2020 make it happen plan, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out along the way and then just like edit it when I get to where I am. So we'll see. I know that's so broad, but I just want to mention that. But yeah, so it is currently, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it is December 10, Tuesday, and I don't have work today. And it's like the first time in a long time which I have been able to like choose whatever I want to do. Like, I have no assignments, but today my dad told me that he downloaded the 7-day free trial for Disney Plus. And so I was like browsing through it and I watched like this short film called Float, and I really liked it. It's just that it didn't really hit me as much as like the other short films, because it was more applied to parents. So if you're a parent who has a kid, like, you definitely like relate to it a little more. And to me personally, I just couldn't like get that emotional connection, but I still appreciated it. It's just 7 minutes, so like super easy to watch. And then I watched the first episode of High School Musical, the musical, and I didn't expect anything. I was just kind of going in there hoping to like hear some good music, but I am so excited to binge watch that, because like the plot and the characters and the way it's like made, it's kind of like The Office, kind of like that layout. It's kind of like that sitcom comedy type of momentum and cinematography, so I cannot wait to like watch more today. I'm just kind of holding it off because I know I have some stuff to do. So first I'm going to talk about some movies that I watched recently, because I love movies. Like, in the beginning of 2019 I watched like a bunch of movies, and I kind of strayed away from that because, you know, life gets busy and life is constantly changing. So I watched this movie called The Time Traveler's Wife, and that movie is so good. I definitely recommend watching that if you're like a little blazed maybe. But that movie is similar to like The Strange Case of Benjamin Button, anything with time traveling in general. Like, it is such like a crazy concept, and I really enjoyed it. I watched it on Thanksgiving. I recommend that. I wish I watched it with like a friend or something, but like other than that, like the whole movie itself I think was done pretty well. I gave it a 4.5 stars. And then I watched this movie called I Lost My Body, which is a French animated film, and that was super like good, because the way that they captured the whole thing, because it's like in a perspective of a hand, it was just really good. And a lot of French animated films that I've seen, and like French films in general, I feel like they have a little touch of something that like American films can never get. So I definitely recommend watching more like foreign films, so you could get a feel of like how cinematography and how movies are made like internationally, because I feel like American movies have the same complex or like the same plot, the same like vibe in some senses. So definitely recommend that. I watched this movie called Overlord because I had a movie night at my house, and that was pretty interesting. It's like your typical action movie based in like World War II on D-Day, and it's just like people fighting. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because I feel like the acting just really sucked. And then I watched this movie called Marriage Story, which is a Netflix original that features Scarlett Johansson and I forgot his name, but I'm just gonna call him Kylo Ren because he's Kylo Ren. That movie was actually very well done. I came into that movie thinking like, oh, it's just like a typical like marriage story and it's gonna be about them mending like their marriage or whatever, but it took a different turn. I feel like the acting was incredible. It's so superb. Seeing Scarlett Johansson act again like in that setting was just so great. And then like Kylo Ren, his emotional acting is just so good. You can't help but like feel so many things whenever he's acting. Like, he has a way to get to you. I'm sorry I'm talking so broadly. I think this is just more for me to look back on. I really miss like talking about movies, analyzing them. I remember doing like film vlogs, and I don't know if I should get back into that, but this is just kind of a way for me to recommend some movies. And yeah, I just kind of like want to spill my thoughts out. I've watched a good handful of movies recently, which is really great because I haven't watched in a really long time, just because I feel like nothing really interested me, and like now I'm back at it again. So yeah. And then now I'm going to talk about some books that I'm going to read. So I have this graphic novel called Through the Woods. This is supposed to be like a horror graphic novel compilation of stories, I believe, and I'm going to read this right now in the daytime. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and read this because I don't want to read this by myself, but I'm gonna read this because it's like a graphic novel and I need to get into that. I'm going to read volume 4 of Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm reading this next to the anime, and I haven't had a chance to watch the anime in a while, but I'm really liking the manga so far. Like, I really like it, and I cannot wait to just like push through and progress my way through the manga. And then I need to read The Power of Habit. I'm not sure if I'm gonna follow through with this just because there's some other like fantasy books that I want to read, but I am gonna attempt to read this or like Daisy Jones and the Six, because that is like a super popular book that I hear nothing but good things about. What else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, so I took a break from Twitter because your girl spends too much time on that thing. So I logged out and I said that I'm on a hiatus as a tweet. I didn't say anything to anyone, but yeah. And I'm gonna delete Snapchat like in a day or two, and then I logged out of my personal Instagram account, but I kept my hobby account because I feel like my hobby account has more like inspirational people that I follow versus like my personal account, which is just like my friends. And as much as I love my friends and like seeing people's lives, I just feel like it's not bringing any value to my life, so I logged out of that. I didn't delete the whole app because I have to like do work on that too. So we will see what else I do today. We're gonna be productive. So I just parked. I have my reusable coffee cup. I made an oath to myself, or like I made a change in my life, telling myself that I wouldn't use disposable coffee cups anymore, no matter how much I want it. I have to have something that will be like reusable. I've been doing super good because I just told myself that like consciously, and then like I'm more conscious about it now because I like don't want to break that. Yeah, I have my reusable cup. Where was I going with this? So I brought one book, my journal, my finances, and my laptop. I'm gonna be productive. Mama says I'm up to no good again. Couldn't make her proud, though I did my best. I feel like a mess. I feel like I'm stuck in the wrong skin. I feel like I'm sick, but I'm having trouble swallowing my medicine. Hello, so I am back home. It is currently 6 p.m. It feels like it's 8 or like 9. And I feel like I can never get over that whenever like the winter time comes around and then daylight savings changes our time. I like how the days feel longer. That was a random note. Anyways, so a couple cool stuff happened in the last couple hours, surprisingly. First, I want to get this out of the way, but I started Daisy Jones and the Six, and like I am hooked. So I'm going to start a reading vlog and make it like a spoilery vlog where I like talk about my reactions and what I think. So that'll be fun. So I'm gonna start that tonight. And then I was just reading until my cousin Dane sent me a text, and she realized on my Instagram this girl named Jess is following me. So this is the story. In the beginning of the year, I was kind of having a thing with someone. In the beginning of the year, I attempted it, or we both attempted it, but it didn't work out. But I ended up going to LA with the guy, with the guy's friends. I'm just gonna call him One. So One invited me to go to LA with his friends, and then like I met his friend group, and there's a girl named Jess who was just like super sweet. I really liked her humor, and then like when things kind of fell off, she was someone who really understood how I felt about things, and like she was so kind enough to send me like really nice words, and like we just kept in touch for a while. It's been a while since we've messaged, actually, like a couple months, because we've just been doing our own thing. But she also did say happy birthday to me, which was very touching. So my cousin Dane messaged me like, oh, how do you know her? And I said like, oh, this is how I know her, basically what I'm just saying to you guys now. And then my cousin told me that she knows her from her soccer team ever since she was 11. So they were on the same soccer team for a while, and she's known her since she was young. And I was like, this is so crazy. Like my mind was exploding, because when I was at the coffee shop just like texting this, I was like, this is such a small world. A small world. Like the fact that I knew someone from another person, and then like my cousin knows her, like I don't know, like so many of these small world moments happen so frequently between me and my friends, and especially from people from just like college in general. Like you would be so surprised with the connections and the people that you meet and like who they know. Like it is crazy. And if you're not familiar with the concept called the 6 degrees of separation, I highly recommend like reading on that, because it will give you a better perspective on just like life and humanity and connections in general. And I always think about that. So yeah, that was like such a touching moment. I hope I explained that okay. But yeah, so that's what happened. So this is what I was basically doing at the coffee shop all day. I was like writing down a bunch of things, such as like my finances, like the steps that I have to do to get myself back on track. I wrote a page saying what can I do that my future self will be grateful for. So like what can I do now where my future me will be like, thank you past me for doing this, you know. I wrote down what kind of daughter I want to be seen as, and what type of daughter I want to be, what type of sister I want to be, who I want to be, how I want to be seen and treated, all the good stuff. It was a very productive day. I feel really bad because this vlog doesn't show me doing a lot of things. I'm kind of just like checking in, but I'm gonna force myself to just kind of like take this vlog for what it is, because it's something for me to look back on. So right now I'm going to print some stuff out and FaceTime my cousin, and just keep doing stuff, be proactive.
Weak on the floor, so you call us out. How you been? How you doing? You've been good. I've been drinking.